So chat, I have here something very, very weird and kind of different. In my pursuit to just do different things on Sunday stream, because it can't all just be terrible games and corruptions and loud noises. Well, it kind of can be. But once in a while, someone submits something that just sounds weird. And I've got about 20 minutes to a half hour before the night ends. So we're going to check out cursed GPU graphics. What do I mean by that? Well, just stuff like this. Chelsea and Chains submitted this pack. Here's some interesting and weird old GPU box arts I've scavenged from the interwebs. I have no idea how the product functions, as I am not eloquently spoken in terms of GPUs. So, yeah. It's basically, just a bunch of weird GPU covers and stuff. And then I'll even show you, as a bonus, some benchmarks and how they evolved. It says here, after this segment, Chad is expected to write a 20-page essay on Does modern design lost its soul? How and why? Deadline after the stream. Well, I made this pack as it tingled the part of my brain that yearns for the Y2K aesthetic I barely grew up with. I hope you find your favorite goblins. Interesting thing, though, it was between this and a goblin pack. Yes, chat, I have duendes and goblins. That'll be a future stream. Now, funny thing is, Sphinx just got a book. Funny timing, I just got a little book of GPU box designs in the mail. So, good timing. So anyway, this is what they used to have on them. They used to have, like, graphics that try to sell them to you. Like, look at what's possible with this graphics card. So there's the... I like the frog mech a lot, actually. But then there's just, like, Cicero from Skyrim. The complete Windows 3D and video accelerator. I don't know what order I'm showing these in. It's just gonna be random. It does kind of look like Balatro. This could be Jimbo himself. Ben Starr might be able to reprise his role. Includes Toy Story and Kai's Power Goo? What? Kind of weird. GeForce 6800 featuring an edgy dog. An edgy dog man. How much do you want to bet that stores hated trying to stock this fucking thing? You know what? It's not that bad if you just treat it like a box. But it's probably someone was like, why did they have to do this? I do remember one of my Dell computers came with, like, Ken Griffey Jr. baseball. Or something, but it wasn't Ken Griffey Jr., it was like a baseball game. And it was like, I guess it was the year, like, 2000 or something. And I was like, whoa, those graphics, baseball graphics. And I didn't even know what a GPU was. I thought that the way you got better video in your video games was RAM. So I upgraded my RAM, like, for the first time, and then I played Half-Life mod Firearms, and I was like, wow, it runs better, and it did. GeForce 7900 series. You can actually even see the trends kind of evolve a little bit. You go from, like, badass dog to space woman with cleavage on the box. I don't know what year this was, but that's just a real person. But with some 3D stuff. Okay. I don't know, chat. Which one are you gonna buy? The Radeon 9700 or the GeForce 7900? This should be the 6900 series. Dude looks like Bill and Ted. I don't know. It's just weird. Liquid Alien. It's pretty cool. 256 megabytes of Radeon power. That's crazy. Hot features. Half-Life 2. Tomb Raider. One of the Tomb Raiders. Hey, you know what? Free Half-Life 2? I'm going with Radeon this time. Because that alien's cool and you get Half-Life 2. Fuck it. Here's the frog again. Why is this guy showing up again? I mean, it's not like I need to show this guy again, because he was already my favorite. Someone said I used to sell these at Circuit City back in the day. How time moves, doesn't it? I played Wind Waker at Circuit City on a kiosk. It was the first time I played it. It's like 2002, maybe? Or 3, early 3. Circuit City. Stop! You violated the law! Okay. Well, clearly you're a bootleg version of the Garden Oblivion. You will be violated and arrested. I mean, you have violated the law, the copyright law, and will be arrested. Also, there's gotta be an easier zoom feature in X shit, right? There has to be. I have to look that up, but... This guy. Nothing sells GPUs more than a weird ogre. Or orc. Okay, Albatron. This just looks like someone... Wait. Didn't we see this person? What genre of... What genre is... Wait, what? GeForce? But hang on a minute. Oh, it's still GeForce. Okay, that's their mascot. They went from 6800 to 7900 with the same boob window mascot, it seems here. And she's doing a thing with her hands. She's got the thing and the... Hey, speaking of Wind Waker. Good timing. It's like a Valkyrie. The Zaber 600... I've never even heard of this GPU. Soltech Zaber. Featuring, like, you know, I'll give them credit. Yeah, it looks cool. There's even a lens flare on the sword. And she's got full armor, so she would, like, actually probably not die in a fight so quickly. That's awesome. Hey, I'm gonna buy the Zaber. Oh, wait, no. I'm buying the GeForce 9 series. 9600. Axel, soul of the game. I know so little of GPUs that I'm probably not the most qualified to talk about these. Like, it wasn't exactly a fascination for me, but I'm upset that they abandoned their mascot. But hey, a little booba will sell you some games. And then, you know, at E3 they had, like, full booba to sell their games. For years. 3D graphics. Hercules 3D graphics, 3D Prophet 9800 Pro. Huh. I don't know if that's supposed to be a vampire or like a mask or a mask vampire, but again, a brand I was totally unaware of. Comes with Rainbow Six Raven Shield. Dude's morbing out. Voodoo 1000 PCI, Voodoo 2000, 3000, and 3500. Each featuring a different face. Now, the Voodoo I thought was a sound card. Is it also... No, it's not. Oh, no, it's video. I'm thinking of something else. What was I thinking about for the sound? Sound Blaster create? Yeah, maybe Sound Blaster. I don't know. Wires got crossed, but I remember hearing Voodoo and I was thinking, like, when I was younger, why are these things named like this? It's scary. Turns out it just played video games. 3D Prophet 2 Titanium. Hercules. I gotta say, Hercules is really winning me over with their weird fucking dark fantasy shit. A skull with, like, power or fire coming out of it? a weird, like, gold vampire dude. Like, that's some crazy shit. Only Hercules is gonna get you graphics that good. Even though the Hercules probably wouldn't be able to render that skull. Alright, here's something completely different. There's so much happening, I don't even know what I'm looking at, actually, from this Radeon. 256 megabytes. Again, wouldn't even be able to render this, but then again, can anything, even these days? Like, look at it. It's just like... yeah, insane amount of visual noise. And then they did that again a little bit with this one. Blistering graphics for games and movies. So cool, so epic. With the power of Brain Blast. Asus. Rock solid, heart-touching. Heart-touching? Wait, does this come with Smart Doctor and not a game? Little Dark Souls. I was gonna say Diablo. This was Asus's old motto. Oh, like how Google had do no evil. And they have a new motto. Now it's just do. Evil. Here's, another GeForce. 8800. Featuring a fire-breathing dragon. So cool. Pixel View GeForce 3. Infinite performance. Windows XP ready. That's how you know. It's also got TV out. What is TV out? S-Video. Output to TV. Oh, okay, I got it. Understood. And also the render here is... like, they do some really cool looking stuff for the box, but again, it'd be many years before we could get to shit like this on a computer, or even close. But... you know, then you also have, then, around this time, you had this magazine cover. Yes, this is an actual PC game screenshot. And like, okay, there are definitely times when I was younger, I would see shit like this. And I would be like, whoa. It is a real thing that you know, get to a point where you get so used to something that you're just like, oh, that's so quaint. But yeah, something like this actually, you know, I was, what year was this, 97? I was like 12. Again, Mario 64 blew me away around this time, so... even says it there, life after Mario 64. That game was such a, like, a nuclear, like, kind of blast of a game in the industry that it's like, what do you do after that? And for a while, not a whole lot. The 64's library was not that great for a little while. To the point where I bought Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey just to fucking have a game to play. Anyway. Diamond... oh, it's the Radeon X1900. Diamond. Note, if you say numbers like 1900 or 7600, it just sounds cool. So... the Viper. Run fast. Frag hard. Game well. Yeah, we're not using the word frag a whole lot anymore, huh? That was like a massive Quake term. It has the guy on it. It does have the guy on it. It's the guy from the other one. And it also has another dude on it who just looks like one of the Paul brothers. GeForce. Half cyborg, half cyborg. What does that say? Pert vision? Expert vision. Oh. Yeah, that's a pretty pretty late 90s, early 2000s render. I mean, I guess we kind of saw that when I was playing PS3 games, like, just how incredibly far we've come in terms of rendering skin. I get that this is supposed to be, like, more fake, but even when people were rendering skin to try to look more real, it always had this, like, plasticky, shiny quality to it. So, we've come a long way. But hey, at the time it looked cool. It was just good graphics. It's like, wow, it's so shiny. How do they get the lights like that? Double diamond here. Double diamond. HD 2600 Pro. And then there's like a bit of an art discrepancy from the cover of the box to what's on the actual GPU. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here, but... Huh. Radeon Sapphire. Probably the least appealing visuals yet for the cover of a GPU. It's just some fucking guy. Who is this fucking guy? It looks like Parker Peter. Spider-Man. Who is this guy? And he's got like some, you know, some like energy. He's got some energy. It looks like Spider-Man 3 Peter Parker. Specifically. Get out of here. MSI, okay. GeForce FX 5600. Including, might I add, some really cool beveling. That is Adobe Photoshop at its finest. Maybe even with the eye candy plugin. Dude looks like he's playing... He looks like a football player, but playing a game of, like, death football in a medieval cyber future. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. Alright. It's just so weird that they had, like, mascots and, like, just... Instead of showing just, like, really cool, like Vista, or, like, a really cool environment, they have to have, like, a character. But, that belly button looks like a port to plug stuff into. Kind of cool, but also kind of Metal Mario. I don't know, it's weird. Your choice of a free game. You could choose... I can't tell what any of those games are. I cannot tell. And I zoomed in, I couldn't tell. What do you think, chat? Thug 2? Oh, Tony Hawk Underground 2. Okay. I think a sport ball game somewhere in there, too. Prince of Persia? And what's the bottom right one? Warrior with it. Warrior? Huh? Prince of Persia, Warrior Within? Bottom right is a Warhammer thing? Here's Voodoo. Voodoo 2. 3D. 4 games. There's a lot to unpack with this one. Incoming, Actua Soccer, Ultimate Race Pro, and then the top one is like SP something or other. I don't know. You can kind of tell when this is from just based on the way the 3D looks. It's also 8 megabytes, but yeah, that is a cool texture on that 3D. Holy shit. Sphinx said I had a Voodoo card that came with a port of Turok. Kind of a nice thing to get a game with a GPU. A segment about these types of early 3D PC games would go hard. I'm open to that kind of thing. And then also, I thought it said get the magic of Speen. But, yeah. It seems this one has the main character who's like, I don't know, like a shaman or something. I don't know what's going on there. It's real weird. And then I think... Are all these characters from the games that come with the thing? I think so. That's what I'm getting from that. The Radeon X550. It looks like something I made in Spore before I abandoned that playthrough for a different penis creature. Is his name Zot? Maybe that's his name. It says it. Hey, Zot, are you here? It says Zot in the top there. It's got Shrek ears, Buscemi eyes. He kind of looks like Peter Lorre a little bit. It's gonna go over a lot of people's heads, but I'll go ahead and... Peter Lorre... Damn it. There we go. This guy. Fuck! Yeah, this guy. But just sadder. It's a weird pose he's in, too. Very, very gormless creature, but I like it. Like a gormful gormless. His name is now Gorm. I like him. 3D graphics from Hercules. Once again, Hercules doing some crazy shit. The 3D Prophet 9500 Pro. I never knew this brand existed, but yeah, I don't know if they're around anymore. Looks like Kefka. The Junkler. You know what we need to do? We need to do a segment on Joker cars. I know I keep talking about it in my streams, but chat, seriously, I've seen 3 or 4 Joker cars in my entire life, and one was kitted out, which I have a picture of, I've shown. There's gotta be more Joker cars out there. Like, you know, if you know of Joker cars, let me know. But anyway, this dude looks more like Kefka. And, you know, they're carrying that trend, or the you know, the thing they were doing with the medieval and skeleton-y kind of shit. I'm sorry, what? What exactly was this supposed to be? After all the weird 3D stuff, it's just like construction workers? One of them's a replicant, by the way. I don't know if you can tell, but they're like miners in Minecraft? Is that what it's a mining card? Oh, really? 4K support. I guess this is more recent. I didn't even consider that. Part of me was like, I'm doing a segment on GPUs from the late 90s, early 2000s. This is a meme. Bitcoin miners bought the fuck out of Radeon cards in the 2010s. Okay. Yeah, once you said miners, and I was like, okay, Bitcoin miner, but how could this be real? So, good meme, though. Monster Fusion. Okay, here we go again. We're back to this stuff. See, now this is interesting because it's not a character. It is a tank. And it's very shiny. And it reminds me of, like, Tribes a little bit, maybe. Well, maybe not Tribes, but something like that. New 3DFX Voodoo Banshee technology. Fully integrated 3D and 2D graphics. Outrageous 3D gaming performance at 60 FPS. Chat will never get better than 60 FPS. Free inside, Unreal and Motocross Madness. I'm dying to play an Unreal tournament. I've just been thinking about it a lot lately. Here's this guy again. We saw this earlier. Gonna have to do it at some point. Let's see. Lead Tech WinFast. Authorized solution provider. So this is a brand creating a GeForce 6200? I'm not really... I know that different brands can make or have the technology or something and make it, but it's just weird. If you're curious, Hercules made the first killer GPU that everyone copied. Got you. This looks like someone out of Encarta. Oh yeah, there was like a mini game in Encarta that I used to play. But yeah, I don't know. This dude kind of doesn't seem as impressive as some of the other people, even with the visual vomit. Let's see. Radeon 8500. It's just got a logo. Just, you know what? Clean. Just a, kind of a, I guess, just a weird medallion thing. Whatever. It's not as good as some of the characters, but it's fine, I get. Oh, hey there. In a world where you get this and like wizards and knights and like this, seeing this guy is kind of funny. I'll just say. PNY Verto. I love him, by the way. But yes, the Verto. Okay. This looks like Bryce 3D, if you know that program. Bryce 3D was like a kind of a landscape program. I even considered doing a version of it, but I don't know if there's a modern way to really do that. Maybe there is. Still being sold. Yeah, but not like the classic Bryce. I don't know. This has been discussed on stream, but maybe I'll investigate again. If I have time. One normal eye and one anime eye. Best of both worlds. Here's this one again. Got some duplicates. Oh, the frog mech. Let's see. You know what? Frog mech should have been the mascot. Well, I guess it is for palette. Play it, tweak it, get more out of it, and then it's just a happy little frog in a mech suit. That is actually, like, tied with the Goblin for best mascot, in my opinion. That's awful. That is just horrible. What are you doing? Come on. GeForce 6200. This just looks like, yeah, he's kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not, God, what's that? Australian platformer. It's that dog again, but got that dog in you. What is it? Kang? No. What was the name of that thing? Tai. Yeah, Tai. I don't know. It's late. It doesn't matter. But here, just as a kind of a supplemental thing, that's all the GPU mascots and pictures I have. Again, weird segment. Like, really weird. But Zot also showed this. So here's a benchmark, which is, you know, stuff that you use to test. For those that don't know, there might be some. These are scenes that you play to test your GPU to see what it's capable of. So these are ones from 1999. By the way, this video is an hour long. I'll recommend it if you want to watch this stuff on your own time. So we'll kind of go quick here. So we got like a bootleg F-Zero. I mean, comparably, around this time, Extreme G on the N64 was happening. F-Zero X. And this just looks smoother. With more detail. Man, imagine seeing this. Just like, wow. Like, whoa, those graphics. And it's like... There's also like pixel vomit. It's just a fucking JPEG. Even the music is kind of cool. You like lighting. So this is the 3D Mark 99 Max. Here's the 3D Mark 2000. So 1 year later. Already some improvements. I'm seeing them. Bigger environments. I mean, again, the graphical leaps from... God, the year, like, you know, just to pick an arbitrary year, like 94. For me, at least. Playing, like, Star Fox on the SNES, to then the N64, then to, like, Final Fantasy VII, and what that did for, like, cutscenes and stuff. And then, you know, PC stuff, Quake to Unreal, from Doom to Quake to Unreal, and then further. It's like the leaps in graphics in the 90s, fucking crazy. And now, like, this is, I've said this on stream a million times, this is nothing new, everyone says this shit, but, like, look at games from 10 years ago, like Arkham Knight or Arkham City, and they still look amazing. They look like they could have been released last week. So, Half-Life 1 to 2, yeah. This one's cool. Like for the year 2000, that's awesome. And you also have those, the metal rods that look very smooth. It's so quaint now, but you know what? I could see this blowing minds. Oh, gratuitous. Alright, alright. You gotta get real low in there. Got real low. Crazy. Do you like the Matrix? Well, guess what? We've got our own bootleg Matrix ready to go. You can Matrix. The Matrix had such a huge kind of effect on what was cool anyway, like... I mean, Max Payne slowed down time and shit. Perfect Dark had like that lobby that looked a little Matrixy. It was at Conker's Bad Fur Day. Deus Ex. MGS Twin Snakes, yeah, for better or worse. So then, this is 2 years later, alright? 3D Mark... No, it's, well, hang on a minute. The first one, I'm sorry, the first one was March 8, 1999, then December 6th, 1999. This is February 12th, 2002. So a little over 2 years. Oh, hi, Star Wars. Or Dune. Post-processing is going nuts. Now these things are like presentations. Yeah, I mean, for 2002, that looks good. Yeah, sure. Use arrow keys to skip. Insert disc 2. No, this is fine. Oh, speaking of Matrix. Exactly the Matrix, except... dude that looks like Mads Mikkelsen a little bit. play some key generator music, keygen music. I said this before, but the song "A Fade to Grey" from my old band Davies Gray was... I took inspiration, heavy inspiration, from a key generator song for the main chords. I don't remember it at all. I don't remember what the song was, but... yeah. I like the key generator music. So this is February 11, 2003, so 1 year later. Gonna be going a lot faster because it is late. They're doing planes now. Well, the materials look better already. The smoke trails were a little rough on the planes, but still, this is, you know, it's pretty good. Was this when World War II games were at their, like, peak? Like, Medal of Honor and Call of Duty and all that shit? Like, really just going mental? They're even doing a fake. Like, this isn't even a real game. It's like Aliens, Halo, Quake 2, Doom 3. This game does not exist. What is he doing? Yo, what are you doing with your... shit! Put that thing away! Oh. You know what? The hair physics are pretty impressive for 2003. I don't know if I'm impressed by the goblins, or whatever they are, orcs. Okay. Alright, now this is interesting. We have a kind of a direct comparison. And you know what? This already looks way better environmentally than the one, and it's just like the grass. So, yeah, I mean, well, maybe not way better, but better. And it was mainly just the grass looking more natural and not as copy-pasted. The water looks good. It's a weird stream segment, but I'm fascinated by this shit. Just admiring a brook. 1 year later in 2004. So just in those 5 years, like, massive improvement. And also, this just looks like Doom 3 to me. Like, very, very, very close to that aesthetic. This was the Halo 2 year. I mean, this does look better than Halo 2, but it's also a benchmark, you know, so you can do more. And console versus exclusively a PC GPU, so... The music is very Metal Gear. Vinny, would you ever consider doing a segment on fake games? I would love that. If anyone knows how to put something like that together, I would love that. So it looks like that's kind of where they're going for these benchmarks. Is they do like gritty. They go for sci-fi. Excuse me, sci-fi and metal and guns, and then they'll take you to the woods or like a meadow or something. This still looks great. Like, that looks very, very good to me. And this is from 2005. And by the way, you're getting a shit rate. This in, like, 4K would, I think, still hold up with some good post-processing. And also strong art direction and just knowing how to, like, make an actual forest look good, which has always been tough. I remember, like, playing Turok Evolution, and I was like, wow, it's a forest, it's crazy. I also remember seeing screenshots for Zelda 64 and thinking how cool it would be. There was a scene where Link had, like, a lantern, and I was like, you know, how cool would it be as if it's dark and the lantern lights the way in a forest, and that just could not happen on an N64. It took many, many years. Also, this tree, this wise tree, Kryken, like, just got a tattoo of a wise tree. Yeah, it's actually, like, insane how quickly things progressed. This is also very Final Fantasy IX, which I'm into. Almost a year and a half later, well, a year and like 3 months later than they did, 3D Mark 6. Those look very, very similar. Wait. Is this just an upgraded version of that scene? It is. Or it's the same one. Maybe a couple... I don't know. Did they get lazy? Or did they add, like, more detail? I'm not sure. Hang on a minute. What's this? Huh. I can't really tell. Oh wait, well, no, that wasn't... Was it? Yeah. It's yellow, Vinny. We were entering the piss era, everybody. It looks like they only did, like, one new thing, which was the snow base. I was only gonna show these for like 5 minutes, not even, like 3. And I just ended up getting really invested and interested. So, the channel is Alpha Yellow, and it's just the evolution of 3D Mark benchmark demos, if you want to look this up. 1999 to 2010, the evolution of 3D Mark benchmark demos. So then, there's the forest one again. Which may be just slightly better something? Looks like... There's 2 of them now. It's kind of a lazy year. But, yeah, it's just very, very, like... minor improvements. Alright. And then this one's from December 7, 2010. So this seems to be the last one that they did. Or at least until, you know, they probably did more, but it's the last one in this video. You'd have to probably look at more minute details like shadow filtering to see the difference. That's fair. Jar Jar. So, yeah, I mean, even... like, there weren't different benchmarks for the 4 years in between. But now we're getting to the point where stuff still looks like this. Obviously, different techniques, obviously a little bit better, but just in a general sense, like with high budget shit, it kind of generally looks like this. It looks better than some current slop. Well, also, again, this is a benchmark and not a game. So there's that. But, yeah, I mean, this is 2010. It looks incredible. And... let me see if I can find a comparable thing. $19.99. Remember this? Just about 10 years. Also, they got rid of the cool music somewhere along the way. What a shame. They had this, like, amazing, like, perfectly 90s, like, techno music. They were so proud of their 3D graphics, they put a bunch of, like, GIFs. They put a bunch of, like, moving sprites in there. And then, back to 2010. I mean, once also the game Crysis came out, that was also like, hey, we're developing a game that no one can play right now. But yeah, obviously looks awesome. So yeah, that's the GPU segment. I don't really know what this was, but it was weirdly entertaining for me. And, you know, there's some interesting little goblin fellas and all that. And, yeah. Vinny, can we see a current day benchmark? Benchmark 2025? I don't know. Maybe like GPU benchmark 2025, 2024. 3D Mark is still current. This is 1 minute, so why not? Welcome back, Star Wars Force Awakens. Someone just said, my eyes! Well, I mean, they're in a desert, kinda. So I get it, but yeah, it's pretty intense. It looks like graphics, it sure does, but, you know, and there's a lot of stuff, like, there's just a ton of detail that is now possible, but the broad strokes of it still look kind of like 2010. There's just, again, like, way more detail and, like, lighting and post-processing and stuff like that. Again, I'm not, like, the best when it comes to technology, but in my years of enjoying video games, like, you know, obviously RTX is the big thing, and that is why GPUs get, like, maxed out as opposed to the baked lighting. And there's other stuff too. There's like some like fucking weird molecule thing. Not molecule. What was it called? Oh my god. There's something with like you could zoom all the way in and get like crazy detail. Whatever that was. Nanite. Yeah, nanites. So we got them. That's a nanite. But it's, you know, it's interesting to see where we're going, and I hope that we can continue to advance, but I also really hope that people continue to prioritize, you know, art style over just pure raw dog strength in terms of like every detail has to be that amazing, because that's now why games take 5 to 10 years to come out. So, you know, that's the trade-off, I guess. All right. Well, chat, thanks for watching tonight's Sunday stream. It was a lot of fun to, you know, watch some of the strange things that we've seen today. Why? I swear my PlayStation is haunted. I swear. Sometimes I smell weird like stuff and I feel cold. It's so strange. But we're going to do more of that. This week, I'll be doing more Donkey Kong. We'll do RimWorld Odyssey. We will do random things that I want to play as I've been doing, just whatever random shit comes to mind. And and System Shock too. We'll continue that as well. So, all right. Good night, everybody. And be live tomorrow. Bye.
If you want it to look good. What's the biggest then? Elephant, isn't it? Second, that's it is. Don't. Why do you question everything? I know some facts.
Haven't you been whale watching on this series?
I've always thought it'd be handy having a volcano close to hand, just to get rid of, you know, old mattresses, old chest of drawers you don't want. It's a pain in the arse at home, isn't it, when you've got to call the council 25 quid a time. Chuck it in that big hole. I'd love that at home. Some sort of big burning hole that you just chuck stuff in. Is it good luck to throw anything in? You're not allowed? What's the point in having it then? Okay, now. I'm not that happy being this close. Bloody hell. The size of that. What is that doing there? Wow, that's hot now. That's mental.